Now, I hear the laugh. Bernie, you're entitled to your opinion, and you're not entitled to your own set of facts. And just because you speak loud does not mean that what you say is in fact true. Incorporated in this bill is the importation from Canada. What the last administration, what many members of Congress, what Senator Sanders just said he did, illegally, but he did it, taking people there and purchasing it. What's embedded in Senator Sanders' amendment is foreign online pharmacies. Let me say that again. A pharmacy, foreign pharmacy, you can get your drugs from there. It doesn't have a chain of custody as to where it was made. And I want to correct Rand, when you say that their rules and regulations are similar to the United States, that's just totally wrong. As a matter of fact, as passionate as I am about baby formula, when you dig down in it, Europe experiences recalls on baby formula on an ongoing basis. That's why we couldn't just open up the market and pull baby formula into the United States, because it wasn't safe. It wasn't all about labeling. It wasn't all about conversion of grams to ounces. It was about the fact that they don't have the same inspection and requirements that we do in the United States. Now, what we're critical of is how FDA enforces the statute, how specific they are, the bars that they raise to meet the gold standard. Well, folks, we wrote it. We're the ones that constructed this. We designed an approval process that is above everybody else in the world. And for years, we have accepted the fact that people go for that gold standard because if they're approved here, they're going to get approved anywhere. Now, we've seen a change in the last 10 to 20 years where people chose not to come to the U.S. first and to go somewhere else, and they were approved in Europe. Europe, under the EU, was a combination of a bunch of countries that couldn't come to an agreement on one standard, so they accept whatever safety standard from an EU member applies. That means within the EU, it may have been an Italian drug that was approved by a much lower standard in Italy, but everybody in Europe takes it. And we're saying Americans should have the right to do it. Maybe they should have the right, but damn it, they don't want to take it because they don't know where it was made, they don't know the factory, they don't know necessarily the ingredients that went into it. These are all things that we give assurance to people who purchase drugs in America. Now, what's the consequences of being the highest standard? Well, we get things first, and we pay a lot more for them. I openly admit that. We're here, and every time we meet about FDA, we're trying to construct an architecture that allows the generics and biosimilar markets to come more competitively to the marketplace because it begins to bring down the price of pharmaceutical products. But understand that when you raise user fees over $1 billion, that all has to be recovered in some way, shape, or form by the prescriptions that we take. So what we do every day raises the price of it. If you look at it in a perfect world, there's a trade-off. We get the safety, we get the assurance of safety, we get the assurance of being on the innovative edge, cures versus maintenance. When you get into maintenance, there's not a big difference between drugs around the world, if in fact we have a vibrant generic and biosimilars market. And we've still got some work to do in generics and biosimilar. I'll be the first to admit it. We ought to have $6 insulin at Walmart today, or at CVS, or at Walgreens. But it's going to take some changes to do that. It's going to be uncomfortable for members of Congress. But the way we've got the healthcare architecture today, that's the reality. And with all due respect to my good friend, Senator Sanders, proposed changes to the architecture to bring down the cost. Don't just say we're going to go buy it from wherever and make that the rest of the world. I don't see any America lobbying me now for Russian or Chinese COVID vaccines. Do you? No, because they don't work. But they list it as a COVID vaccine. And I'm sure in China, that's what they're required to take. Maybe that's why they keep having lockdowns. People are clamoring for what was innovated here. And God knows it's not cheap. We collectively have put a lot of money into this because we believe that that's what we're responsible to do, is to make sure that we bring treatments and we provide the safety and efficacy that our system requires by statute. I will oppose this amendment. I'll oppose all 4 of these amendments. It's my hope that the chair will table all of them or most of them or some of them. But trust me, this is not a way to it may be a way to bring reduced prices with a risk that I don't think any member on this committee other than Senator Sanders and maybe Senator Paul are willing to accept. I think
Chair Murray.
Thank you, Senator Burr. And just so we can keep order, I'm going to allow any senator who has not yet spoken on this amendment speak. Senator Sanders, you will have an opportunity to speak before